All right, young chap. Yeah, I see you got locked up. That's better than being shot up. You know, some niggas end up in jail. Some niggas end up dead. The niggas that end up in jail is the lucky ones. You know, some niggas end up in jail. That's how it happens around here. But you know, chill. Take a chill pill, young chap. Chill out. I think French Montana, you know, he's giving you like good advice and stuff like that because I ran with French Montana when was it his first tour? I think it was his like first tour, whatever the situation is, and I watched French Montana grow. You know what I'm saying, and going into them clubs and stuff is no joke. So just any rapper that made it to his level, I tip my hat to them and stuff like that because they done ran around in different states, different clubs, around different gangsters, and French Montana done had a whole bunch of niggas around him, them coke boys and all of them, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't label him as no punk or whatever you call him, or scary guy, whatever the situation is. Everybody could get got. Biggie and Tupac, they got, and they the biggest two rappers. That should have had the best security. That should have never been touched. So anybody could get it. You know what I'm saying? And but I think French Montana was laying down some good advice that anybody close to Young Chop, check them. You know what I'm saying? Like, chill, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It might be like for entertainment. You're doing this for the gram to bring some excitement, sort of like that thing that Tekashi 6ix9ine do. But it leads to bad places and stuff like that because niggas is already jealous of your status anyway. You made it somewhere in life, so leave niggas alone. You know what I'm saying? You got some hungry wolves out there. Leave these niggas alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made it somewhere. Only thing you can do is just pick up on your producing chops and stuff like that, and give us some more music or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But leave these niggas alone. Somebody close to you should be pulling you in. Your mother passed away, so I understand. I know a lot of times when young guys, when they mothers die, it seems like they be like out here reckless, like they ready to die, like they ready to go with their mother or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about no famous celebrities or no rappers or nothing like that. I'm just talking about niggas in general. Street niggas in general, and dudes in general. Like, I've noticed that when a dude mother die, sometime he go right behind her. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas, they be real mama's boys and stuff like that. And Young Chop, I know you was close to your mother and stuff like that, and you probably like, right now, I don't give a fuck about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama's going, I could go too. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? But, you young, you still got a life to live and stuff like that, I don't know. Use your energy for something else. Get into watching your diet or something like that. Get into, Google that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to snap on you like that other girl, whatever her name is, Suzuku, talking about you was eating houses and all. She is like a comedian. I don't know who she is. I guess she's supposed to be a female rapper and stuff like that, but she should check into her a comedy career and stuff like that, because she might have a career in comedy. You know what I'm saying? Because that was her debut on your ass. You know what I'm saying? She went in on you. That shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But don't be mad at her because she was just talking a whole bunch of shit and she was making up shit. And, you can't believe anything that she was saying and stuff like that. Yeah, you fat and you know that. You could look in the mirror, anybody could see that. But all that other shit that she was talking about, she was talking a whole bunch of shit. You got Google eyes and all that stuff like that. Nah. All I really see in you is you need to lose weight like everybody else. Me too. I need to lose weight too. Maybe you need to lose a little bit more than I do, but chill, dude. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably don't have the don't give a fuck attitude right now because you lost your mother and some of the other family members. I think you said an uncle or something like that that you looked up to, but take French Montana's advice, I mean, you getting at everybody and stuff like that. It's going to catch a lot of media attention and stuff like that, but you don't want nobody to really do you no harm and stuff like that because, I just think, you just, everybody's, weak by themselves and, yeah, these niggas, with their crew and stuff like that and with their boys and with their team and stuff like that, they tough. We all understand that, you know what I'm saying? But even with that, like, anybody could get got, because, it's a shock. Like, oh, shit, Tupac? Oh, shit, they got, Biggie? Like, how's that? You know what I'm saying? How did they get through they security or whatever? We want an explanation, just like with the Pop Smoke shit. We still looking for an explanation. Like, how did niggas just come up into his house and kill him? Like, nobody was there? No security was there while he sleep? Or, he didn't have no guns or... What, he didn't check in, like, what the deal was, you know what I'm saying? So even if you got the hottest record in the street, you know what I'm saying, a nigga could still get at you, you know what I'm saying? So chill out. We don't want to see nothing happen to you, young chop. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're a fine young man. If you lose weight, everybody will probably be like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably be like a handsome dude, whatever the situation is. But, that girl was just geeking on you and stuff like that. But she was just mad about something. I don't know, but she was just saying all type of shit off the top of her head. But she was funny. She was funny. But anyway, I would say that French Montana is offering you good advice. Everybody know I do my notes so I could get through this because I'm like long-winded. He's offering good advice. That somebody should check on you. You should have a close friend and stuff like that that should be, calming you down or whatever the situation is. And, everybody's stuck in the house and stuff like that. So everybody's going through changes. You know what I'm saying? They say you got a mental problem, but don't be embarrassed or insulted by that because I do too, and most all of us do. You know what I'm saying? I see a psychiatrist, and a lot of people see one too. So you could see a psychiatrist. They be prescribing me medicine, but I don't take those pills. I don't like to take those pills. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for taking no psych medicine pills and stuff, but I'll go unload a whole bunch of shit on them. On my psychiatrist and stuff like that, and lucky thing I'm not talking to the cops because a lot of niggas will be in jail. But I unload on my psychiatrist and shit, you know what I'm saying? And my psychiatrist be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But, she always be asking me if everything is okay from, one visit to the next visit. And I just dump a whole lot of shit on her, you know what I'm saying? Because if I said half the shit that I wanted to say to these niggas in the street, you know what I'm saying, my ass would be 6 feet under. You know what I'm saying? So I just go to the psychiatrist and I talk my shit there. You know what I'm saying? But what you're saying about the dudes is probably true. Some of the things about, not so much that, like, like they so much as a punk or something like that. But I think what it is that when Chicago guys came around, like you, Chief Keef, and Lil Durk and stuff, like if y'all in the studio and stuff like that, they probably didn't know what trouble was coming following behind y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because like Chicago's crime rate is so high. You know what I'm saying? So they probably didn't know, if some shootout was going to happen. They know you're going to be strapped and stuff like that because, y'all have no problem with, busting your guns. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's like second nature to y'all. Y'all grew up as babies, just like, y'all grew up walk through those streets like that and survived through those streets to come through the industry. So y'all like amazing, like, a super villain, super, heroes or whatever the situation is. Y'all made it out of Chicago. Y'all here. You know what I'm saying? You made it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So when Chief Keef came up and a lot of niggas didn't know about Chicago, but I have an uncle that my uncle Lee that he died yesterday. He's from Chicago, and I went out there once with him. It's real cold, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the streets or nothing like that, but yeah. When y'all came into the game, y'all was so wild. Y'all was waving guns. We was like, these niggas is waving real choppers, on video. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all came through looking real violently. You know what I'm saying? And then every time you turn around, somebody was getting killed, in Chicago. Like one of the people from y'all crews or something like that, everybody that y'all brought in, every time we turn around, somebody was getting, killed, shot up and, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it was startling. So you're right about that, what you probably seen in people's eyes, when you was in the studio with them or when you was around them and stuff like that. You probably seen concern is what you're seeing in their eyes. Is there going to be trouble? Who's going to die tonight? You understand what I'm saying? That's what you've seen in their eyes, And that's normal. That would be like normal reaction. That's not somebody that's supposed to be like so scary or nothing like that. That's just like normal. That's just like, me watching my back. You know what I'm saying? Me walking through the hood, and I always watch my back naturally. So if I know like, oh, the Chicago niggas is in the studio or Chicago niggas is in the party and stuff like that, yeah, I'm going to have concern in my eyes. When you look in my eyes, you going to see some motherfucking concern. You know what I'm saying? Like which way to run when the shit jump off. Like which way is the exit going to be. You know what I'm saying? Or, what move I'm going to make. You know what I'm saying? When the shit jump off, I have the whole place, calculated. You know what I'm saying? And then also, yeah, I had a video of this little JoJo guy that got killed. That I think he had beef with Chief Keef or something like that. And I don't know the whole story, but he was on video taunting y'all, taunting Chief Keef and talking shit out of a car. So we seen that video, and then the next minute he was dead. You know what I'm saying? And Chief Keef thought that was funny on Twitter. He puts a post up or whatever, like laughing or something about the situation. But so it seemed like Chicago, not only the weather is cold, y'all niggas is cold out there, boy. You know what I'm saying? So, with all of that and stuff, all that stuff was startling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rap game is all about killing now. You know what I'm saying? So... So you probably did see concern in people's eyes when you was around because you're from Chicago, or Durk or Chief Keef or whatever the situation is. Y'all probably had niggas in the industry shook because, it's just all of the killing that was going on, in Chicago, and your boys from Chicago and stuff like that, your crew probably was made up of nothing but shooters. You know what I'm saying? So like niggas got like an entourage behind them, and they might have a few guys in there, 4 or 5 guys that's shooters. But when you have, I would think if you have like an entourage from Chicago, of Chicago niggas, I think everybody is holding. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would think. And everybody would shoot. Like some niggas hold guns and they might not shoot. You know what I'm saying? But believe me, if a Chicago kid, even a little young kid like 12, 13 years old, I think he'll kill a nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just the perception that we have of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get charged by any means, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like when y'all came in like a 50 Cent get rich or die trying, like either somebody was gonna die or y'all was gonna die, but y'all was trying to get to it. Y'all was trying to get to the bag, you know what I'm saying? And y'all got there, you know what I'm saying? So be happy with that. And, chill out, you know what I'm saying? The crime rate of Chicago automatically, just like with Baltimore. Same thing with Baltimore. If any Baltimore niggas come around, I know definitely if he's a street nigga from the streets of Baltimore and stuff like that, he'll probably lay a nigga down. Same thing with Chicago. If a Chicago street nigga come around, and he be around me or something like that, I'll be like, yeah, this nigga is probably a nigga that'll lay a nigga down. You know what I'm saying? So the thing, my problem is President Barack Obama, coming from Chicago and holding the presidency for 2 terms. That's 8 years. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do nothing to stop the killings. It didn't look like he did anything. It seemed like the gangs grew stronger, even here in New York, during Barack Obama's term. It seemed like the Bloods just grew strong. The Bloods, grew from California through New York, through different states, and everybody's on video, and it was all this gang shit. He did not chill that shit out. And one of the places that needed him the most to chill that shit out was Chicago. They needed him to build some, more community centers, basketball courts, or whatever the fuck they need in Chicago. If they needed to bring in the military or something like that, because, you got to remember, you got mothers, taking their kids to school, and grandmothers and stuff like that got to go to the store just to get some milk and bread or something like that, to feed the family and stuff. Just take care of the household and go take care of bills and shit. They can't walk through all of that fucking gunfire. Now that I got older, that's one of my motherfucking problems. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I'm saying? I used to run the streets and stuff like that, but I didn't bother people. I didn't bother the older people. I didn't stand in the way in front of the building and shit like that, when I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? And when the break of dawn came and stuff like that, I was like a fucking, what you call them things? Like I didn't like the light. I didn't like the light shining in my eyes and stuff. So I used to run into my house, close all the shades and stuff like that. I didn't bother people when they was like handling their groceries and taking care of their business and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had my own little money. I worked my little construction and got my money, and I didn't rob people or do nothing like that. I didn't have to do none of that shit. I didn't join no gangs or no shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, when Barack Obama was in office, he didn't do anything to help that situation in Chicago. And then Donald Trump came in, and he said he was going to bring in the feds or something, an actual guard. He said he was gonna bring in some strong force to slow it down and stop it and stuff like that. But then all your black leaders and rappers and all of them from Chicago were saying, "No, we don't need that. We don't need him to do anything. We could do it ourselves. If you could do it yourself, you should have did it. You should have been working on it. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever you have to do to slow that shit down. Niggas act like they want that shit to keep on going. You know what I'm saying? So, Young Chop, if you watching this video, if you don't know what to do with your time, one thing that you could do is probably bring some positivity into Chicago urban youth area. You know what I'm saying? Try to build a community center or do something of that nature. Be a positive political figure, with your status in the industry and stuff. Use it for something positive for the kids, you know what I'm saying, so that they stop killing each other and stuff like that. Try to turn those gangs and stuff like that into something positive for the community and help the kids and the older ladies and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And when you fight, don't fight against each other, black on black, fight for civil rights and stuff like that. That's what I have to say about that, Y'all didn't want Donald Trump to do it when he said he was going to do it. He probably would have, put his foot down in Chicago ghettos and stuff like that and cleaned it up and stuff like that. And some niggas would have probably died and some niggas probably would have went to jail and stuff like that. But, you have to think about your mothers, your sisters, your grandmothers, the little kids. You know what I'm saying? So they was turning down the help from Donald Trump, which I felt that was a no. They shouldn't have did that. So another thing I wanted to say lastly is that after this coronavirus, this COVID-19 is over, I hope to see black people stick together and stop killing each other. You know what I'm saying? I hope, we see this as something like, oh shit, they had to shut down everything and get everybody, quarantine everybody in their households and stuff like that. So now niggas had to stop killing niggas. Now the violence had to slow down because we're not supposed to be in the streets. And, that's the ugliest look of this whole coronavirus to me, is that out of the whole coronavirus thing, the most peaceful thing about it is that the crime of black on black, the black crime had to slow down or cease. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how they're doing in Chicago because I didn't check the crime rate or whatever the situation is, but during this quarantine, I'm quite sure it did slow down. And when we return back to normal, I guess we ain't going to return back to no regular normal because I'm going to keep my mouth and my nose covered up for a while after they tell us everything is okay and cool and stuff. I'm not just going to take their word and stuff like that. I'm going to still be covering my shit up like I'm a Muslim or something. But after this is over, I just hope that black people see the deal, you know what I'm saying? Because they're saying, like, with the COVID-19, mostly black people was affected, mostly black people died from it. And that's because the hospitals was picking and choosing who they was going to put on the ventilators and stuff like that, who they was going to serve. Not only that, but black people, they don't educate themselves. Like, I studied this disasters years ago on FEMA.gov. If you go to FEMA.gov, they got certain classes that you could take that teach you about disasters, different kind of disasters, weather disasters, and all kind of disasters. So I knew immediately when this shit came that to go, make sure I cover my mouth. Like some of these people, they was listening to other people saying that it don't affect black people, and then they caught it because they out there la-di-da with nothing covering their mouth, not taking it serious. Niggas, I go outside with my face covered up with the mask, and niggas is looking at me laughing and stuff. Now today I went outside and more niggas got their mask on. Now they taking it serious. But that was 2-3 weeks ago I was wearing my mask. So, I want to say, Young Chop, rest in peace to your mother, but you know, you still have a life to live. You don't have to go with her. You know what I'm saying? And I think French Montana was giving like good advice. You know, don't be upset with him and don't be upset with that girl. She was just like bugging and stuff like that. And she was saying a lot of stuff. We know that them things ain't, she was just making up shit, just, you know. And she could be a comedian and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess she a rapper. But y'all like and subscribe the video. Like the video and subscribe to my channel, please. And peace. Young Chop, chill out.